Guys, I'm Tyler, and welcome to my Christian Music Week in Reviews. Each week I take 5 releases, albums or singles, and after having listened to them all week, I come back here and I review them. I share what I think about them. Now, at this point, I would typically go into the first release, but this week I put out a new playlist based on Charles Martin's book, What If It's True, and includes names like Toby Max, Skillet, Hillsong Young and Free, Matt Redman, 10th Avenue North, just to name a few. So I hope you checked it out. I'm going to leave the links in the description. You can find it on YouTube under my channel. You can find it on YouTube Music as well. Also, I'll leave links in the description to Spotify. And if you're a paid Google Play Music subscriber, you can find it on there too through the link I'll leave in the description. Now that I did all that, let's get into our first release this week. Kim WalkerSmith's new single, Insatiable. New song Insatiable is a worship ballad with the drums, guitars, and piano working together, and some bass too, working together to create a pretty big sound. Kind of reminds me of some of Carrie Jobe's radio hits a few years back. It's a nice song. As for the lyrics, love the lyrics here. She talks about how she has an insatiable desire for God love, and God has an insatiable desire to have all of her, which, by the way, goes for every one of us, by the way. We should have an insatiable desire to have all of God, and he definitely has an insatiable desire to have all of every one of us. Up next, Planetshakers' new album, Rain. New album, Rain, is a combination of their 3 EPs already released, but in the album version, they did put in a few new versions of the songs. They put in a studio version of one, a hubby version of one, and a 80s pop version of another song. As for the overall sound of the project, though, it evenly splits between energetic electronic pop rock worship, and then there's some slower, more conventional pop worship. I would say overall I favor the energetic moments here. The slower moments aren't bad, but it can make the album drag on a little bit at times. As for the lyrics here, great lyrics here. They ask for God's presence to invade. They also talk about following God no matter what circumstances there are. Up next, KB's new single, Lincoln. And it's definitely a hard-hitting hip-hop track musically with the way the bass sounds and his rapping. The two just combined to make it a very hard-hitting track. And lyrically, too. I mean, he talks in the lyrics about how he chooses to stand for God selflessly and fearlessly in matters of social justice and not just to win arguments. And this is something I admire about KB's music a lot over the last couple years, with his album Today We Rebel that came out about 2 years ago, and his single Long Live the Champions that he put out last year, is this: he chooses to put faith in God above affiliation with political party, race, nation, and that's something he continues to do here. So I think that's something that, we could use a lot more of in this age that is so divided. Focus on Jesus and not what tears us apart. So I really like KB's perspective in his music as of late. Even though I like all the stuff throughout his career lyrically, to be clear, I'm just saying right now this is what he's focused on, so... and that I'm liking it. Up next, Hollyn's new EP, Bye Sad Girl. Bye Sad Girl is a softer pop R&B effort with the way the bass and synthesizer is structured. It definitely pop, definitely R&B, just on the more relaxed side of things. Even acoustic guitar on a couple of final songs there. As for the lyrics here, it's kind of a journey as she starts the EP by wanting to break up with her boyfriend, who is wanting to stick with her but has been kind of toxic for her. By the end of the EP, they do break up, and in the second to last song, she kind of feels a little sad and wonders if she moved on too soon. But at the end of the EP, it ends on a very happy note, as she's happy that he's now with the girl that's right for him. So it's definitely a concept EP for sure. Up next, our final release, Aaron Shust's new album, Nothing to Fear. Album Nothing to Fear has both CCM and worship elements in it, with the way the electric guitar, acoustic guitar, drums are structured. Not as much synthesizer though, maybe as some current releases. He also throws in a couple interesting twists. In one song, he has some Latin feels in it. And another song he inserts bagpipes, so he definitely throws in some different stuff here. As for the lyrics here, love the lyrics. They are theologically rich, and they talk about resting in God's promises and love. So love the lyrics here. Stylistically though, back to style here for a minute before I wrap up. It kind of reminds me a little bit of what Jeremy Camp or Third Day would have done a few years ago. Thought I'd throw that in there too. Back next week for 5 more releases. If you like what you saw in this video, please be sure to subscribe. And if there's anything that came out this week or an upcoming release that's yet to come out that you want me to review, please leave it in the comments below so I can do that. Also, what is the benefit of leaving pre-order releases in the comments is that I can do pre-order singles. Well, that's it for this week. Bye.